Yes, my people, we're back with another one, and we're just analyzing someone's trade again. But just off structure again, price is bullish based off our 1 hour time frame. You can see that we have this market structure break over here. This is my protected low. This is the weak high that I like for price to run. And even within this structure, you have SPS where this is your 1, this is your 2, your 3, 4, and then your 5. And then hopefully price should start to make higher highs and higher lows. So overall price is bullish based off our 1 hour chart. When I go to my 5 minute, we can see that price is actually bearish. So someone actually took a trade, and I'm gonna just share the charts with you guys. Okay, so I'm guessing this was the higher time frame. What time frame is this? That's the 1 minute. Oh, they're both the 1 minute. Right? Okay, so either way, I can't tell what time frame that is, but either way, he had this bearish zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He used this as his flip, and then obviously tried to enter the 618, and then he lost his trade right here. And then obviously I think, yeah, so this is the higher time frame, and we can see that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tap this area here, and then you can see that he tried to take a trade here. But can you see how on your higher time frame that flip is very debatable, if that makes sense? But we will get to it. So might be better than the 15 minute, yeah. So he had this area here, where this was his market structure break. So obviously that's his protected high, and then that's his weak low that he would like for price to run. And within this structure, if I just go down to my 5 minute, he had this area here where this was his 1, this was his 2, this was his 3, obviously price swept, 4, 5. If we get my flip from this high to this low, yes, we do tap at least a 618. Yes, we do tap an area of interest. So in terms of him looking to take a trade within here, completely correct. He has there's no issues why he couldn't have taken a trade here. However, his flip, as I said, is very debatable, because when I look at this chart here, which is the 5 minute, look where his flip is. That is the middle of nowhere, you know. So we got to be very careful on what we tend to deem as flips. So what he's done is he has used a 1 minute time frame as his flip, and I don't necessarily mind. So he ends up using this area here as his flip. I'll use internal, and then followed by boss. So obviously he entered off. So he entered off the 618 from this high to this low, and then you can see that price tags him in, and price ended up taking him out. But can you see how on your 1 minute time frame, price ended up flipping bullish based off the SMA? So this is why you got to be very careful. Whatever time frame you're on, you have to follow the SMA on that specific time frame. So when you go back to the 5 minute, that flip that he actually picked was not a real flip. It was an internal flip. So we can see how here would have actually been the proper flip, based off the 5 minute, because on a 1 minute now, price has actually flipped bullish, and we can actually see how easily that potentially this is your 1, this is your 2, 3, price feeds 4, 5. Obviously, price starts to respect the 200 SMA. We failed to make a lower low, and you can see how price eventually reverses and goes the other way. But based off the 5, if you let it play out, you see, so we ended up taking out this high. And price disrespects our protected high. But if I now just zoom out, where was my last zone? So my last zone initially was here, and if this was my last zone, we haven't tapped into anything yet. There's a lot of highs that price might want to use as liquidity. So if I just remove all of this, this could easily be your 1, this could easily be your 2, this could easily be your 3. Price obviously still at 4, and now you're looking for something for price to tap into and obviously take you lower. You could also draw out your fib from this high to this low, and we just about tap the 618 depending on how you see it. And if I just let price play out, and you can see how that works out, where we tapped an unmitigated zone, which is right above. So that protected high that we had over here once upon a time was just an area of liquidity where price wanted to sweep, tap into something on our left. So we tapped into this area here, tap into something on our left, and then use that as liquidity to push us back down. See how we tapped to 618 as well, very nicely. So in terms of him looking for shorts, I totally understand. It's just that when you are using a 1 minute time frame, price will tend to flip much more. So sometimes you are caught up on potentially fake flips, but overall, in terms of what he was looking for, was correct. It was just one of them ones where it didn't work out that day, but on another day it will. So you can't really be too mad. Let's go back. Yeah, so you can't be really too mad at it, because he did, look for everything. Because like here, we had the big SBS, we actually did have that flip, followed by another flip, and obviously he's now taking that trade off to 618. You even have SBS within here, 1, 2, 3, price sweeps 4, taps this unmitigated move origin, and it just didn't work out today. But another day it does. The only thing I would say that would have stopped me from taking the trade is just how we reacted after 200 SMA. So we have now started to, you guys can't even see, but we have now started to, let me just find it here. Yeah, so he was here. So we have now started to respect the 200 SMA. So now I know that for me to be cautious, let me just wait and let us get below the 200 SMA again, and then I'll start looking for trades. So that's the only thing that I can say, yeah, you know what, that could have been better. But besides that, everything that he done was correct. There was nothing that he could have done to change anything besides, how he reacted off the 200 SMA. But that's about it. So guys, so one thing I always say is just make sure you have your checklist out, or just somewhere where you can always just double check and just make sure that you're not forgetting anything. And just before you enter that, button to buy or sell, you are 100% not confident, but you're 100% sure, and you accept the risk that you're taking. So if you know that you're taking a trade, you have to accept that you are going to potentially lose 500, 200, 100, whatever it may be. And once you've accepted that, then you're going to be alright, because you understand that long term wise, you're going to be in profitability. But that's it from me today, guys. I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night wherever you are in the world. And always remember that, and always remember that victory belongs to the most tenacious. And I'll see you guys whenever I see you guys. Peace.